So I am here in the middle of Tomb Raider, apparently, checking out some insanely old temples. Yeah, welcome to Siem Reap, Cambodia. All right, here at Angkor Wat, here for the sunset. It's already daytime, but I'm gonna show you guys here how the sunset looks like. It's pretty incredible. And then right after this, gonna go inside the temple here. It's supposed to be like one of the most famous, most popular like destination when you're out here. Very excited. So I have to say, I was actually here for the sunrise and not the sunset. I was extremely tired because we got up extremely early in the morning. This view is the front side of the main complex of Angkor Wat, which is a Hindu-Buddhist temple in Cambodia. It is about 162.6 hectares or 402 acres within the ancient Khmer capital of Angkor. It was originally constructed around 1150 as a Hindu temple dedicated to the deity Vishnu. It was later gradually transformed into a Buddhist temple towards the end of the century, considered by some experts to be the largest religious structure in the world. In the 16th century, Portuguese traders and missionaries rediscovered this vast stone city hidden in the northern Cambodian forest, abandoned for over 150 years. There is a lot of challenges of restoration for this place due to many wars, including the Cambodia Civil War and also the Vietnam War. When you come here, please make sure to get a guide, so that way they can show you some of the best locations of this place. Enjoy. Here at Ta Prohm. Super stoked about this place. Not trying to be too loud because my tour's here, but this is where they did some Tomb Raider stuff with Angelina Jolie back in the day, and yeah, I could totally see why. So if this place looks familiar, it's because it was the filming location for the 2001 movie Tomb Raider. While other Angkor temples were digitally altered, Ta Prohm's appearance was largely unchanged in the film. Now this is also a Buddhism temple. Almost 80,000 people were required to maintain or attend the temple, including 2,700 officials and 615 dancers. This temple was actually founded by one of the kings and then dedicated to his mother. After it was abandoned, trees took root in the loosened stones, and you can see here some of the trees just growing out of the stones, which is pretty incredible. I would say this is my most favorite temple out of all of them. The temple's main image that represents one of their deities, the personation of wisdom, was molded on the king's mother. Of course, after the empire fell during the 15th century, the place was abandoned and neglected for centuries. When it was rediscovered, they began to restore it. One fun fact is that these trees grow extremely fast, and as you can see, they are very, very big. The government has actually injected some stuff in the trees so that way it grows slower, so that way it doesn't destroy the ruins further. Either way, we don't know how long this would work, but while it's still here, make sure you do take a chance to come see this. Alright, so now we're walking here at this, it's called the Victory Gate. It's pretty cool. We just kind of pulled over, walked off to the side, and just came and walked by. It's not really a temple, it's just more of a gate, I guess. You just walk through it. So you could either drive, but all of us decided to get off and yeah, walk the trail and take some cool pictures. So if you get a chance, do it. I am standing here in front of this giant temple. Look at this. This is Bayon Temple. Huge. It is huge. I don't know too much history about this place, but let's go ahead and go inside and see what we find. So this temple is actually very interesting. The most distinctive features is the multitude of serene and smiling stone faces of Brahma, probably molded on the face of King Jayavarma VII. Of course, still following the Buddhism and Hinduism religion here, this was built late in the 12th or early 13th century. What's very interesting is there's about 216 gigantic faces all surrounding the temple. What this reminds me of is Temple of Doom or any of those old Indiana Jones movies. No matter which angle you go, you will see a face staring right at you. The one thing that I ran into also was some bats inside of one of these towers, so just be very careful when you're coming in. And of course, there's also monkeys around the area. Be sure to keep your food and water hidden, and if all possible, leave it inside the car or the van, so that way they don't attack you. I definitely felt like if I was in a Tomb Raider movie or something from a very old movie looking for an old artifact, so be sure to come here and take your time. Okay, here at a landmine museum, there's a lot of history with the genocide here of Cambodia and what happened here back in the 70s, 80s, and even still today. Very interesting. So Cambodia remains one of the most heavily mined countries in the world as a result of decades of conflict, including a civil war, the brutal Khmer Rouge regime and genocide, and also the Vietnam War. Dozens of civilians are still injured or killed every day by landmines and other unexploded ordnance that have been left over from all the fighting. Landmines and UXOs are found in backyards, rice fields where people work, and other roads where children walk to school. Millions of the country's landmines have now been cleared, but there is still a lot of work to be done. It is estimated that Cambodia will not be entirely free of landmines for several decades to come. This museum shows the resilience of the people and how they are trying to clean up their country. It's a very interesting stop, so be sure to come and check this place out. Okay, so here we are at Pre-Rup Temple. Very excited to check this out. So I was on tour for 2 days. I have to say 2 days at bare minimum to do a lot of these temples. You won't be able to see them all. This one, Pre-Rup, is a Hindu temple that was built around 961 or 962. This was dedicated to the Hindu god Shiva. You do have the entrance here, which is the terminal pyramid of Pre-Rup. Be careful when you do go to the top because the stairs are pretty big and it is pretty steep, but the views on top are pretty amazing. Okay, so here at Nikpon, Nikpon means like serpent. I feel like I have an accent. Nikpon. It's pretty cool. Going to walk in there. There's a lot of history, a lot of stuff with like balance, with the elements, Hinduism, Buddhism. There's just a lot. Now this is an artificial island with a Mahayana Buddhist temple on a circular island, which was associated to the Preah Khan temple. The history of this is it was originally designed for medical purposes. The ancients believed that going into these pools would balance the elements in the bather, thus curing diseases. It is based on the ancient Hindu belief of balance. 4 connected pools represents water, earth, fire, and wind. Each is connected to the central water source in the main tank by a stone conduit presided over by one of 4 great animals, namely elephant, bull, horse, and lion, corresponding to the north, east, south, and west. This was completed roughly around the second half of the 12th century. Now right after that we went to the Ben Thai Srey, which is a 10th century Cambodian temple dedicated to the Hindu gods Shiva and Parvati. It was consecrated around 967 CE, and this was the only major temple at Angkor not built by rulers. The carvings and everything at this location was incredible, and as always, watch your steps because the stone is not sturdy every time you walk, so just be mindful and take lots of pictures. All right, here at Preah Khan, this place looks huge, and from what I'm told, it's very, very big. So let's go check it out. Now, this was built around the 12th century for King Jayavarman VII to honor his father. It was the center of an organization with almost 100 officials and servants. The temple is a flat design with a basic plan of successive rectangular galleries around a Buddhist sanctuary, complicated by Hindu satellite temples and numerous later additions. The deity for this would be Vishnu. Here you'll find a moat, sculptures on the way to the temple, the bridge, the library, a stupa, and some amazing picturesque places. This was a lot of fun going inside and exploring, so take your time if you can. So the last thing that we're gonna do is called the Phnom Bac Hang. Probably saying that wrong. It's supposed to be a small little hike to see the sunset. It's pretty neat. They have like a lot of little shops here and stuff that you could also like buy things. It's not too touristy. You still feel like you're in the nature and stuff like that. So yeah, let's go ahead and take this short little hike and check out the sunset. So this hike going up this little mountain, it's not that long. Maybe took about 15 minutes going uphill. And it is a little bit steep on some parts, but very manageable for the most part. So I'm just gonna go ahead and let this play. I want you guys to enjoy this. All I have to say that it was incredible, so enjoy. And that is it for today's episode. I gotta say, it was pretty incredible. Yeah, I got my glasses on because I'm trying to see here where we're going, but yeah, hope you guys are doing good. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. With all that being said, you guys take care of each other. See you guys in the next one.